Ashato ma sadgamaya tamasu ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya avir avir rudro jatte dakshinam mukham te namam pahi nityam te namam pahi nityam. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are on the Shanti Gita again, back to Shanti Gita. We are on the 4th chapter and we will be reading verse number 43 today. But before that, just to recapitulate, talking about Bhagavan said in this Shanti Gita that every action, in verse number 40 we read, that O Mahabahu, great arm, mighty armed Arjuna, you have to give up all karma by following the path of renunciation, sannyasa purvakam. And not only their karma, but also the thought, sarva karma tata chintang tyaktva, even the thinking that I am doing what, giving up that, sannyasa yogata, by uniting in the process of renunciation. Only task of life should be to know, janiyat ekam atmanam. Only there is one Atman, one self, sada tat chitta samyataha. Try to control your mind, concentrate in your mind on that one truth only, that I am the self. That was 40th verse. But how to take sannyas? How to take the path of renunciation? Not by your whimsical mood. I liked it, so I go and I take sannyas. No. Vidhina karma santago. You have to give up the karma following the injunctions of the scriptures. How do you give up karma? A lazy guy can say, I have given up karma. That is not the point. Point is that you do tremendous work and you understand that this our body and mind is doing the karma, not me, the self. That type of rigorous training should be there. So, vidhina karma santago. You have to give up the karma, give up the actions by following the scriptural injunctions. First, selfish work prompted by motivation. I will gain money, I will get position, people will adore me, people will respect me. Okay, do that. Then you understand that that path does not give you satisfaction. And then you think, okay, I have done enough of that. Let me do something, not thinking of me, for others only. Selfless work. And then also you can get a good name and fame even by that. Oh, he's a good charitable person. Aha, he is such a noble person. But no, your expectation level should go even beyond that. And Ramakrishna said, will you, if God comes before you, will you ask for some charitable activity to be done, some hospital, dispensary? You will ask for, or for devotion. So that should be the ultimate. I am doing only for God and no other purpose. So by that type of karma practicing, the bondage of karma will be shattered. So vidhina karma sannasam. All the activities should be given up by vidhi, by following the injunctions and instructions. Sannyasu vivek, sannyasana vivekata. And also, your indiscriminating mind should be shut and always see, why are you doing that? Because you know that there is no other way but to get out of the karma. You do karma thinking that you are serving God. Think that it is all everywhere you see. It is only ignorantly you are seeing the world, but it is all divine. So, with that type of discrimination, yeah, renunciation is to be practiced, and by that renunciation, you give up your karma. Karma will fall off, as in Ramakrishna's example or Ramakrishna's life itself. Karma, the puja karma, the puja activity, worship activity, what Sri Ramakrishna was doing, he could not do it anymore because he was absorbed in God. When he gives a prayer mantra and think of that there is a light in your heart, and think that you are bringing that light down to the lower plexus, and there is a Kundalini Shakti. And as he goes on there, bas, his mind gets so absorbed into it, that for the next step, an hour may pass. But or if you are do the puja, entire puja, we have to do 100 times of those various rituals. So you cannot do that. But when love for God comes or concentration develops, you get so much joy in that absorption. Your karma, you cannot move further. So that should be the mode of your karma, tyaga. You need not have to worry about, I try to give up my karma, give up my karma. Huh? When people give up their karma, I'm frustrated with this one. I don't want it anymore. Out of frustration, people give up the job. I'm tired with this, my co-workers, my boss, my this, etc. I cannot. Rather, I will give up this job. I will try for another job. No? When do you do that? When you get frustrated there. But it is not frustration. It is so much absorption in God that your hand does not function. Your mind does not work. You are totally incapable of doing anything in the outside world. That's called they reach the state of inner intoxication, jara, samadhi. Avoidham sichaya karma tattva. Suppose if you want to give up the karma, avoidham, not following the injunctions, vidhi, rules, regulations of the scriptures or the holy people, don't follow their instruction, and you give up your karma, then you will enter into sin because you are avoiding your duties, first of all, and you are bringing yourself into the dark, deep, dark ignorance. Therefore, avoidham sechaya karma, not following the scriptural injunction, and your own whimsical mood, you renounce the actions, then that person will be not free but bound more into deeper darkness. So that's why Isha Upanishad suggested that you do, if you live 100 years, go on doing karma. Even Ramakrishna, after realization, how much work he did. We give lectures. What is the impact of lecture? 3, 4 people come and see here. And Ramakrishna, what he did? What he said, see, that become a treasure for all humanity. So that's why that is the real karma. They did the real karma because they have no ego and they have so much intoxication in God. So that should be followed. Otherwise, if anyone gives up karma, that will be entangled into bondage mode. And you have to understand, Atmajnanam vinanyasam patittaiva kalpate. If you have no knowledge of yourself, Atmajnanam, knowledge of the Atman, if that is not there, and Nasham, you have given up your karma or given up your duties, it is patittaiva kalpate. We'll have to understand that you are a fallen yogi. You have fallen from your goal. So don't think, oh, they are doing karma in some misunderstanding about spiritual life is there, that uh, those who are some balloon mott or the swamis of the Ramakrishna order, when they are doing work for the poor, for the hungry, for the homeless, for the people needing dire need of their health condition. So is to say, ये तो कर्म में फंस गया. These people have lost themselves in work. Ramakrishna Mission, we sadhus in the Ramakrishna order, day and night they are doing karma. And where is the chance of spirituality? So it was understood that that is a very higher level. But no, it is not a higher level. If you have Atma Jnana, you have the wisdom and knowledge of the self, then you do beyond karma. That's okay. But you have your own desires unfulfilled and the mind is not clear and pure by selfless work. If you give up work, you are actually indulging into some deeper ignorance. So, Atmajnanam vina nyasam, if one gives up the karma, nyasam, karma tyaga, Atmajnanam vina, without the knowledge of the self, Atmajnanam, without knowing yourself, without experiencing who you are, if you give up the karma, patit patitaiva kalpate, it is called a patita, it is a fallen state. It is not a uplifted state. Karma, then why? Because karma brashta, brahma brashta. It's a beautiful word. Karma, Brahma, Ubhaya Brashta. You are not, neither you are falling from the karma, and also you are falling from the knowledge of Brahman. Because you become a lazy tamasa person. Tamasa person has no position in spirituality. Rajasa person, some has hope, at least he is active. Then he will go to sattva. But tamasa, being tamasa, thinking I am a Brahmajnani, you are killing yourself, you are destroying your own spirituality. So here it says, you are karma brashta, you are fallen from the karma ideal, and also Brahma brashta, you are from the knowledge of Brahman, you are fallen. Nadyam, like the river, whose both the source, but the banks are, there is no bank on the side. So what is that river? It's called ocean. That means you'll be drowned into the ocean. If there is a bank, you can swim and go and get up out of the waters. So if you are not practicing karma and you think that you are doing something, you are ruining yourself. Clear idea. And if you do that, what will happen? Ahankara mahagraho. That great crocodile in the form of ego, a subtle ego. You will not be able to catch them because these are the deepest, complicated things which lurk in our heart. So ego's subtle way, it will be like a kill you. I am doing right thing. Those who are most ignorant people, they talk so much, they know everything. And those who are know some knowledge, they don't speak. That story is there. The one father sent his two children to a Brahmajnani for knowledge. In the Upanishad, the story is there. And after completion of the study, two of them came back. And then asked, my son, please tell me, what did you learn from your teacher? And he went on quoting the verses and this and that and eloquent things and flowery language and all this quotation of the Upanishadic verses, Sanskrit, this, that. And then okay, understood. Then he said otherwise, what did you understand? Then he said, you have understood. That means, apparently, a fool will also be silent like that. And most intelligent person will be silent like that because they know they have realized something higher than that. It is not intellectual, Is more. So ahankara, ego, will be hiding inside, and that will be like a crocodile, and it will catch the neck and vinashati, it will destroy you. So that means very great warning. Don't be tamasa, be active, and try to engage your mind in God intoxication. If you can keep your mind in God intoxication and grow in that knowledge, then karma will release you from bondage, rather karma binding you. Karma will never bind if it is done for God. If it is done seeing it is service to God. This great ideal, great ideal. It has been preached again and again and again. Now, Swami Vivekananda has emphasized it so much that he has created this organization, this Ramakrishna movement, these Vedanta societies. Now, it's a place for work. Uh, those who want to only meditate, they will have to find some other place. 24 hours meditation, 14 days vipassana, and coming to be a yogi out of that. No, yogi, they have to practice long time, and long years are necessary. Otherwise, first 14 days is good. If you do much more, then your head will start reeling, and then you will crack one day, and then there will be no one can help. So the question is, there is a progress. There's nothing wrong. But to do that vipassana for 14 days, you should have a previous practice to get the muscle strong. And it should be done not by renouncing the world, not by renouncing the work, but by doing work in proper attitude. Hmm. So it is to be understood properly that it is not Vivekananda has started, it is not Ramakrishna has said only, but Ramakrishna expressed this to dominantly, it should be the culture of the present age. How many people has so much luxurious comforts of the house, money, wealth, everything, you sit in home and meditate day and night. How many people are capable of doing that? And meditation is not only the time when we should connect with God. There is a higher state when you are working. If you can keep your mind in God, you are a higher state. So this is the point that Atmajnanam vina nyasam. Without Atmajnana, if you give up, then it is not a development. It is a fallen state. Patit patitta eva kalpate. It is to be understood and realize that it is only a failure. And you will fail from two, from karma. Proper karma could have released you. You are falling from that ideal. And also you are not reaching Brahman, so it is falling from Brahman also. Karma, Brahma, Ubhayo Brashta. From this twin thing, you fall. And like you cannot find a bank. If it is no bank on the river, that means it is water everywhere. So where to get a support? And because you cannot get the support from the banks to hold, to get out of the water, the ego, there will be crocodile will come and catch your ego and he will pull you down and kill you. So this is the death of spiritual life. So this is that's why they give this type of example where we can understand the seriousness of it. Now, 43rd verse is today's verse. Jathare bharane rakta, jathare bharane rakta, samshakta sanchaye tatha, samshakta sanchaye tatha, paranmukho satmatatte, paranmukha swatmatattve, sasanyasi vidambitaha, sasanyasi vidambitaha. Jathare bharane rakta. They are engaged in fulfilling the stomach. Jathar is here. Bharane means just engaging the stomach all the time with good food, luxurious food. Jathare bharane rakta, and samshakta, extremely attached, or collection. This my pocket, this is my thing, this is me, this is that. So see how they have analyzed the human characteristic. It does not matter. It is said thousands of years ago, or it is said in the American society or Indian society or Russian society. No, French society, no. Universal human characteristic. Jathare bharane rakta, who is engaged in only eating, and just to fill up the belly, and how many dishes can be done, and how much good food, good food, good food. Of course, when you cook, you should cook
But is
good.
it only is talking about the physical food or like say watching movie for example?
That will be final level. Yeah, that will be final level, but at least gross, those who are in the gross level, where is the question of final? Of course, final is there. Uh, True. Only not the physical food I am eating, but mind, through the mind, through so many things I am seeing, fulfilling my senses, uh, hearing something which is unnecessary, uh, talking something, bug, whole day, uh, about paraninda, paracharcha, critical about this person, endless, extreme energy. No stoppage of energy that time. No, how much energy we get when you talk about somebody something. So that's the Jathode Bharane Rakta. Those who are engaged in this type of fulfilling their stomach, belly, and also means all types of subtle mental amusements and fun. And Samshakta Sanchaya Tata. Whatever they get, they can bring it into me, mine. It's my position, it's my thing. And Paranmukha Satma Tatte is not interested in the talk of his own real nature. So Atma Tattva. So his own Atma Tattva, the truth of the self, who is not Paranmukha. If there is God is this side, it turns this way. Paranmukha means Sanskrit word, if you want try to understand. That means it is where there you talk about God, he runs away from that place. Like the fish basket, the story of Ramakrishna. And that the lady was a fish selling lady. So she could not find her return because by that time selling from the market, going home in a village. And then in the evening dawn, so she found some gardener friend lady. So she said, "Can I stay with you tonight?" Well, yes, please come. So she gave the shelter to that fish basket lady. And then I fared well. And then, okay, now you sleep. And then given. And the host saw that the lady could not sleep, twisting, turning this and that. Then she came and asked, "Are you in discomfort? What happened?" Well, I cannot bear this fragrance of the flowers. Can you bring my fish basket? Can you bring my fish basket? Okay. So she brought the fish basket and sprinkled a little water so that. And then he said that Ramakrishna said she slept very deeply, snoring. Anyhow, so these people will not be paranmukha. That mukha means face will be opposite. If this side is God, they go the opposite side. If you talk about God, he goes the other way. Ramakrishna is speaking about God. Calcutta Babus have come and they sat for few seconds. And then, oh, hey, asking, "Hey, friend, when did you go out? Uh, what is that? Let us go out." So, even unbearable holy words of Ramakrishna uh, and this ecstasy and samadhi all going on there, he could not bear it. Then he ultimately said, "Okay, you people stay here. I'm going to get a
But these days it
fresh."
becomes easier. You can be here and start texting.
That's also that's also true. Mind is not here. That's the point. Mind is not there. Opposite. So you are thinking that your values are. It is not the values. It is taste. We have to grow the taste. No, we grow taste always life is to change our habits, no, from one to the other. Good people falling in bad association, eh, they get some uh, taste of certain things and get drowned into that gradually, gradually. Even in someone in a good company come and they change gradually, gradually, gradually. It should be gradual progress, but it should be turning towards the goal. But those who are opposite to Atma Tattva, are not interested in the self knowledge, huh? So sannyasi, if he takes a sannyas, if he takes this cloth, it is bidambana. It is just a fuss. It is so sannyasi should be careful. What is the ideal of sannyasi? Is also given here. That not just getting out of work. Many people say work is all problem. Let us get out of the work. You cannot give up your work. You go to a deep forest, your mind will make you work. If you don't do good work, you will do bad work. Brooding over, we brood over. So our mind, does our mind rest anytime? Whole even night time, you are sleeping. Mind is engaged, thinking and thinking and thinking. Why not it think good, godly thought? Why it brings this type of horror, this fear, I'm drowning, I'm going away, someone is chasing me. Why it is coming in my mind? Because I cherish those ideas and that will stop and that comes out. What you have stored, it comes out. So good karma will give good inspiration, good feeling, and that will transform the personality. So Jathare Bharane Rakta, one who is a monk attached to the feeling the stomach, and Sanchaye Samshakta, occupied with accumulating material objects, Paranmukho Satmatatte, and disinclined to the knowledge of the self. What they become? Sasannasi Vidambana. He becomes a subject of ridicule. Should be ridiculed. That is not sannyas. Sannyas is absorption in God. This idea is to be remembered always. As that is called sannyasi. That's why sannyasi may be out and out sannyasi. And those who you are in a home, you may be sannyasi. You can maybe a sannyasini. Renouncer. How? These are the 3 points. Keep your mind in attached to God and avoid that which takes you away. Second, not think that life's purpose is to eat, sleep, and drink and die. Only fulfilling the stomach is not the goal of life. I do karma, I earn money, this body to feed this body. Only so that this body helps me in God realization, not to just pamper it. So Jathare Bharane Rakta, Samshakta Samchay. Yes, money comes, I earn money or something is came to me, and I'm the custodian. Okay, it is God's money. Just detach mentally. These are the attitudes, then it is a sannyasi. And out and out sannyasi they are talking about, they should be reaching this point by selfless work, uh, serving God, engaging themselves in action, and this detached from the objects of the senses and engaging their mind into the knowledge of the self. Then that sannyasi, that monk, or that renunciate is worth a person who has fulfilled the mission. So, that monk attached to filling the stomach, occupied with accumulating material objects, and disinclined to the knowledge of the self, that monk becomes an object of ridicule or fuss. No? It is a fuss, like with a showpiece. Some people say, "Do you know who am I? I am a monk." Monk is not I. Monk is to zero I. You cannot say, I am such and such. Huh? That as much as you say, that much you ridicule yourself and the ideal to the humanity, no, to the people. So rather, it should be nothing, naham, tuhu. Ramakrishna's beautiful story. Not me, oh Lord, thou and thou and thou. To him.
Well, I read in Vivekananda Swami's book that once Swami Vivekananda was going by train and some European people were there. So the train conductor behaved pretty badly and wanted to ask him to get out of the train. But that time he stood and said that you know who am I? I am Swami Vivekananda. Ask the other people to get out, not me, like that. So
That is a different thing. That is a showing that prestige so long you are in the body. But internally, Vivekananda knows I am not the body. You cannot just take the one side of the story. But for the personality of Vivekananda, he's saying is injustice. I am a second class train journey. I have purchased a ticket. This is my seat because some white officer is coming. You black people, you get down from the train because we are Indians, we are black. So the British people have the same. They have purchased two tickets to get into the same plane, but white person cannot go with a black person. So you'll have to get out. I have purchased the ticket. I am traveling with legitimate right, and you are asking me. So he protested. That should be the self-respect. So long you are acting, you are driving, you are going in a train. But he internally knows I am Atman. So that should be the spirit. That is for ideal to for the Indian nation to be self feel that I am not known. I cannot be treated like that. So that's a dignity, self dignity. They come for the world teaching. So their examples are to be understood in a different level. Now, 44 verse. So you have any question, please prepare yourself now. So last 10-15 minutes we can use it for that question answer. Sarva karma viragena, sarva karma viragena, sannaset vidhipurvakam, sannaset vidhipurvakam, अथवा sannaset karma, अथवा sannaset karma, janma hetum hi sarvataha, janma hetum hi sarvataha. Sarva karmani, all types of activities, sarva karma viragena, by detachment, sannasit, you have to give up. You have to give up the karma, all types of karma, by following the path of detachment, virag, vairagya, renunciation, that spirit of renunciation. Sannasena, how? By giving up. Sannaset vidhipurvakam, by following the disciplines how to get out of karma. There is a discipline. There is some process to how you will be a PhD. There is a process to be a PhD student. How you will do? Follow those courses. Don't say, I will be a PhD. Don't go to any university door and say, can you make me a PhD? It cannot be. There is a procedure. You follow that path. Similarly, you want to be a renunciate. So, sarva karma, you give up all karma, but that state will come to you. But it is vidhipurvakam. It should be worked upon very rigorously, regularly, following disciplinary methods, step by step, as dictated by holy people, as dictated in the scriptures. Athava, sangnasit karma. Or what will you, one should give up all actions with dispassion, according to this scriptural injunction. You can give up all action. How? Following the instruction and maturing in practice of that detachment. Or one should renounce in every respect the actions that are verily the cause of rebirth. Or you can think. If you don't want to know the scriptures or you have no access to that, you think, if I do this karma, will it bring me again desire? And if I get this fulfillment, will it bring another desire? So, will it again and again bring in my life desire, and desire will be desire to be born again to fulfill the unfulfilled desire? If I cannot fulfill, satisfy my desires, what will happen? That's why people, if they don't get fulfillment of desire, they go in a wrong way. And you have to fulfill it. Therefore, you have to take another birth. If this birth is not sufficient, then another opportunity is necessary. This birth, this life is already, we are so many years have passed to the body. I have not realized it. So, if I have the desire to get that, I will have to take another birth, another opportunity. So, therefore, you can try that and analyze, is this karma will bring me desire to be reborn again, to do more karma? Oh, no, no, no. If it is so, I won't do that. So you can refrain from two ways. One, by the scriptural injunction, follow whatever scripture has said. Or if you are still not willing to satisfy yourself that way, you can take this path. Simple formula. I am doing this karma. Is it growing in me lust, greed, or desire, more desire? I will get this, I will get that, I will get that, I will get that. Which is the cause of your rebirth. You can do in say our organization. We do karma. We want this development, that development. But it's not for you. It's for the organization. It's for Ramakrishna. It's called the God. God's place. You want to clean it, you want to develop, you want to build a house, you want to do this. Yes, that is something not you. Disconnect yourself. And that I will not be involved into it. I am doing Lord's work. So it is not bringing rebirth, the desire to be born again. To so much I desire, I could not fill up in this, fulfill this life. I'll have to take an opportunity. So, sarva karma viragena sannaset vidhipurvakam. Athava, or you can do this way, sannaset karma. Give up that karma. Janma hetu is sarvata, which is a cause of your rebirth, which will bring you back again into the life, and again to be born, again to go to school, and again go to KG school, kindergarten school, and then high school, and then go to this and Vedanta society, or where you will go, God knows. Which society will go, how much battering from this world will get, how much COVID attack will come, how much heart attack will come, backache will come. We like to have another life, another life. I'm doing this karma, it will bring this, it will bring this. Oh, I won't do that, I won't do that. Yes, don't do that one. That is the way you can refrain yourself from karma. So two ideas have been given here. You can be free from karma. You can give up karma, thinking this way. It is a bad karma which will increase in me lust, greed, and other things, which will take me another life to come back again. So I don't want that. So don't do that karma. Or this is the path which this karma, if I think in this way and meditate on this, then I'll move towards the liberation and I'll know my real self, which is effulgent, and not to come back again. So, which type of karma, how to give up karma can be solved in either of the two ways. So, sarva karma pari vairagyana, renouncing all karma. Sarva karma viragyana, with dispassion, one should give up. That means one should give up all actions with dispassion according to scriptural injunctions. Or athava sannyasena karma janma hetum hi sarvata. Janma hetum, that which is the cause of rebirth, that type of karma, sannyaset, give up, because it is janma hetu. So renounce in every respect the actions that are verily the cause of rebirth. It's a very simple formula. Either you follow this path or you follow other path. Now, then how to, I will try my karma day and night and that will do? No. You will also have to think God. Otherwise your karma you cannot do. There should be some focus. Why are you doing karma? If it's not for yourself, you are doing for somebody. Look at that. Every work going on in the world for myself or my friend or my family or my country or something related, very narrow, a little wider. So, ekang mang, the devotee or a spiritual seeker should do support is God. So, ekang mang sangsrait partho, ekang mang sangsrait partho, satchidanandam abhayam, satchidanandam abhayam. Aham padasya laksham tat, aham padasya laksham tat, ahama sakshi niskalam, ahama sakshi niskalam. So ekang mang sangsayat partho. Oh partho, oh Arjuna, you are too sangsayat, you will take refuge. See how jnana and bhakti is always connecting together. Jnana, bhakti, karma. See, if you have the eye to look, every verse is indicating. It's saying don't do karma. It's a karma theory. Okay? Don't do bad karma. Only that karma which will not be a cause for your rebirth. Okay, do that karma. Other karma, renounce. That's a karma theory. Now, ekam mang samsayat. You have to take refuge in me alone. Who is me? Satchidananda Madhvayam. Not me, the man. That is the foundation of Vedanta, and here is the glory of Vedanta. It's not making someone what is called very narrow-minded. Krishna, I am saying Krishna, but he himself is saying, Mam Satchidanandam Abhayam. Why Hare Krishna people say that is all the other? I am Satchidananda, I am everything. Whether Rama, whether Krishna, what is the difference? But they will say, no, Krishna is the only. If you don't do the Krishna, Allah is the only. No Allah, then you can't. It is the God is only, or there is Christ is the only way, nothing else. Here clearly they are saying, Mam Satchidanandam Appayam. Me, that me, which is essentially the absolute consciousness, bliss, absolute reality, no? And Abhayam, which are imperishable, absolute one. That is me. So, ekam mang sangsrayat partho or partho, why I tell you very simply, this karma and all these things will be easy if you take refuge in me. And me means don't make me limited. Only Krishna this much height and his valor is that he was a ruler of the king, he was a good guy, he has big power. No, I am the essence of holy creation, sustenance and destruction. Satchidananda Brahma. Look at me as Satchidananda Brahma. That's why Ramakrishna, Satchidananda Brahma. Christ, Satchidananda Brahma. You have Sri Chaitanya, Satchidananda Brahma. Rama, Satchidananda. Allah, Satchidananda Brahma. If that is taken, okay, think this way. See, then where is the difference between all these different religions? Find out the difference. If that is the goal to reach, Allah to reach, okay, if it is Satchidananda. Rama devotee say Rama is to reach, okay, Rama is Satchidananda. So what is the difference between Allah and Rama there? What is the difference between this path and that path there? Path may be different, you end in the same reality. So it's so simple and so true, but people don't get it. So here Bhagavan is saying directly, Ekam Mam, only me alone. Samsaya, you take refuge. First part, they take this first part. Only take refuge in Krishna. Don't go to Rama. Don't go to Shiva. Don't go to Makali. They are all demigods and they're going to hell. Huh? But next time then they will stop. The Mang, song says Mang, Satchidanandam Abhayam. Bah. That is nothing. That is nothing. That line is not here in there. Only first, Ekang Mang Samsayat. Only me. Refuge, take refuge in me only. So this is called the sectarianism, bigotry. These are all these negativities of misunderstanding these statements in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita also says that people misunderstand me, seeing that I am born in a human body. No, they think that I am like ordinary person like them, not understanding my divine glory. I am the Bhuta Maheshwara. I am the Lord of the universe. From me comes this whole universe, gross, subtle, causal, and beyond. Everything is me. I am the only reality. But they don't take that idea. See. So, and aham padasya lakshantam. What is me, Krishna? It is saying Krishna's biography here. This verse 45 is a biography of Krishna. Aham padasya laksham. In Vedanta, he said aham brahmasmi. Is it not? I am Brahman. So what is the laksha, the target? In the Vedanta Sara you are reading. What is laksha? Laksha means the end. What is pointing? You are pointing towards what? Aham. Aham is what? Aham points out to what? Man with flesh and bone, name and form. Aham indicates that Brahman. Tadahama Sakshi. That Aham is Sakshi, the eternal witness. Niskalam, who has no parts, no limitation, that infinite. So that is Aham. See, you think I take refuge in me, I am Satchidananda, Abhaya Brahman. And I am the indicative idea behind Aham. Aham padasya laksham. By the word aham, this word, the lokha, the target, I am the target of that aham. This aham means analyzed, not the body, not the mind, not this, I am that. And that is the indicative force. That is me. What is your Atman? That is me. And that is the Sakshi, eternal Sakshi. That is the Nishkalam, partless reality. So 45 verse, running translation maybe, that, O Partho, take total refuge in me, the imperishable existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute, which is the goal of the indicative word, I. And that I is the witness, consciousness, and undivided reality. Therefore, 46 verse, Swatmanang Brahmarupena, Swatmanang Brahmarupena, Gatva Mukto Bhavarjuna, Gatva Mukto Bhavarjuna, Gatva Mukto Bhavarjana, Gatva Mukto Bhavarjana, Swatmanang Brahmarupena, Swatmanang Brahmarupena, Gatva Mukto Bhavarjuna, Gatva Mukto Bhavarjuna. Therefore, O Arjuna, you Swatmanang, you know your Atman. This your you, I, your real Atman, Swatmanam, Brahmarupena. Know that your Atman is Brahman. And knowing this way, you become free. You are bound because you are thinking that you are this tiny person of name and form, with this tiny mind, with this limited buddhi, with this limited intellect, limited failures and frustrations. You think you. No, you are that Atman, and that Atman is Brahman. Know this and become free. As if Brahmagyan, last words of Brahmagyan, no? That is the people are doing meditation for so long, every day thinking, who am I, who am I, who am I, and reading this lecture, that lecture. Just sit and think that this is me, and that me, the real me, is Krishna, and Krishna is Satchidananda, and that Satchidananda is Brahman, and I am that Brahman. See how it links line in the line of thought. So I can end here because there will be remaining 47, 40. Oh, two verses. Shall I keep it? Another day I can keep it. If there is any question. Otherwise, what shall I do? If I finish the book.
There's only two more.
No, only these two verses are there in this chapter. We have 7 chapters. This is the 4th chapter. Vijay, is there anything?
Yeah, many questions.
Many questions. Give. What is today?
Today is 25th January.
Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Okay, we'll go for question answer now. That tomorrow will be gospel class and it will be given by Prabhrajika Seva Prana Mataji. So 7:30. Today we ended at 46. Only we read how many? 2 verses.
43, 44, 44 verses.
43, 44, 45, 46. 4, 4. Why people don't read this book? I don't know. All the religious leaders should read this book, but they will not accept it. They may not like it because it is not supporting their ideas. My faith, my belief. It is like going against belief. So, very difficult. One question, you said that work should be done in proper attitude. Can you tell us what does proper attitude mean? Yeah, we are talking how many times I said that, and we are to practice only. That's what is the proper attitude? You are doing karma. For whose purpose? You say, I am doing for God. Very simple formula. Or you think that you are preparing a meal. Preparing for whom? Oh, I am doing for my husband, for my sister, from my mother. Oh my God, I am all tired and I am doing so much work I cannot do. Yes, that's a botheration. But if you think that your Rama has come, your mother Kali has come, or you love Shiva, Shiva has come, or you think a Christian Bhakta, that Jesus Christ has come in this form, what will you do? You will do the same work with much zeal, and you will feel I am fortunate. I could serve God. So giving a glass of water, as I say, can make us free from bondage. If I know I'm giving this glass of water to God in Him. So this is very simple thing. What we are doing, we will do the same thing. It is only attitude will be that. You are not giving to a man or woman you like or dislike, but you are only serving God in that person. That's your spiritual benefit. Otherwise, what's the use of becoming a monk, becoming a nun, becoming a devotee? So this can release us from bondage. I think proper attitude is that everything God's. The whole world belongs to God. I have been brought to serve God. So this is an instrument. Through this instrument, I am serving the Lord. And think of God and do whatever you like. And any chore work we do from morning till night, We can think that it is I am serving God. It's God's house, I am serving. It is Lord's bed, I am making it nice. Huh? Because everything belongs, you are given a shelter, you are only a custodian. Temporary appointment you got, a temporary job. We have all got temporary jobs. And in our own field, we become proud. I am this, I am in charge of this, I am this, that. Huh? But you are not in charge. God is the boss. You are only working for Him. His command to fulfill. Every work you do and correct. Oh Lord, did I do your work or I did my ego work? I grudgingly doing, angrily doing, frustrated. And that is work. That is. I'm not saying that should not come, but that is work. But that is not the work we are talking about. Now another question, whereas in every sadhana, mantra and dhyana, is it why in case of Devi sadhana, one has to plunge in so much of occult practices besides regular japa and meditation? Why is Tantra so peculiarly different?
It has a continuation.
Oh, Tantra is not mandatory. Yeah, the response has been given. Tantra is not mandatory. If one has the bhava of a child towards Divine Mother, then he can do sadhana that way. Ramakrishna gave his first vision, got the Divine Mother, banking on his devotion alone by ultimately. He also had to do sadhana in a traditional tantric way under Vairavi Brahmani. Why did we have to do that when he already given us the vision of Divine Mother? No, you need not have to do. Ramakrishna did not say that you have to go to practice left-handed tantra. He said, yes, practice what tantra? Tantra is seeing mother in all. Just practice, start now. I am seeing God, mother is here, mother is here, mother is here, mother is here. To do that, that is the tantra. Seeing God everywhere or seeing mother in a tantric way, that is the tantra. Tantra, that those left-handed tantra, what we hear, that's a starting point. A boy or a girl starting a higher education, he goes to a school, lower school, because they cannot think higher than that. So they pass through that and they go to the higher. But for you, me, I did not have to do. We sannyasis, we don't do that. We try to see the mother in others. So that should be the idea. Mother is not only in the man and not only in the women, but mother, divine mother is everywhere in the heart of all. The Shakti, which manifests, the Brahman manifests. That is the Shakti. So I think this question is solved here. I mean, answered at least. Solved will be. So where is the every sadhana, mantra and dhyana? It is why in case of Devi sadhana, one has to plunge into so much occult practices. Occult practice is not necessary. Ramakrishna came in this age and said you need not have to do such thing. And Koli, it is rather he has forbidden. Don't go to that path of tantra. There is a chance of falling. Mother-child is the best pure relationship. I am the child, oh mother. When you say mom, then your feeling comes, I am the baby. So that is the purest relationship. So we will have to take that attitude, and that mother is Satchidananda. Right? Just come back to the same point. That she is everywhere. Everywhere is the when she does not manifest, it is Brahman. When she manifests, it is mother. The ocean is Brahman. And ocean with ripples and waves, these waves and ripples we see, that is Shakti. That is all mother. But mother is all the ocean manifested in form of waves and ripples. Okay, another question. What is the most important quality for a spiritual seeker to cultivate for success in sadhana? Important quality is devotion. Important quality is sincerity. Important quality is one-pointed goal, fixed. I want this in life. There is a song, Rabindranath Tagore used to sing a song that আর নাহি কবু হই নাই
Made you the pole star of my life.
I have made you the pole star of life. তোমারেই করিয়াছি জীবনের ধ্রুবতারা তোমারেই করিয়াছি জীবনের ধ্রুবতারা Oh Lord, I have made you the pole star of my life. সমুদ্রে আর কভু হব না কো পথহারা I will not be drifted from this journey, this route. Never ever again. You are my pole star. So that is the sincerity. I want God. This is the goal. So many obstacles will come. I will hold on. I will pray. I will not give up till I go. Swami Vivekananda said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. So that we have to do. And sincerity of ideas, sincerity of purpose, that should be there. Why avoid rebirth? If we have rebirth, if born again, I can take the name of Sri Ramakrishna and spread his name again. Can you please explain? That's a great idea. That rebirth is not talking, we are not talking about. That rebirth after Brahma Jnana, you do whatever you like. You are not in problem. Sri Ramakrishna said, that's why by any means, just realize God first and then do everything. You want to come back, come back. No problem because you are already free soul. You will not cry like us. If you realize God and then come here, like Buddha came, like Swami Vivekananda came, Christ came, they are not conditioned like us. Our karma, bad karma, I am bound to come. I am a slave. Police will whip me and put me into jail. God has some jail. And then they have their whipping person also. In our life, someone gives a whip this side, whip that side. No? So this arrangement you have to fall in. But if you realize so, no one will whip you. You come for the good of the world. That's a bodhisattva state. That is desired. But have you done that? If you have realized God, and then come back. But don't do that before, because you will be again in the cage, in the iron chain. No, maybe golden chain. Golden chain is not also chain. If someone binds me with golden chain, then much difficult to give up. I may like the gold itself. Though it is chain, but I like, oh, it is gold, it's gold. No. So that's much difficult. The iron chain is better. Then you get disgusted. So no. Rebirth is not for them. Rebirth is joy for them. They come for the good. Ramakrishna bought so many of his young children. No, they say that they are for the good of the world, and they all came to serve the world and to do good to the world. What is the difference between Shanti Gita and Bhagavad Gita? There is no difference. This is the same Bhagavan Krishna said, but here mostly, as I see, it is emphatic on non-dual Vedanta. That is the difference. But as I said, just verse before this 46, we ended 43 or something, we talked about how Jnana, Karma, Yoga, Bhakti is punched together. Because the speaker is the same Krishna. So the teaching will be almost the same, and the listening person is Arjuna. So talking to Arjuna means he has talked to the whole world. But we can take whatever ideal suits our nature. So there is not much difference. It is the same lesson, same path for God realization. What is sannyas? What is worldliness? What is the bondage? Talking about the same problems of life and giving the solutions together.
Who is it attributed to? The right. Who's it attributed to?
This is attributed to Arjuna. Both are attributed to Arjuna.
The right.
The first one was when before war. It is before war. And Shanti Gita is on the 13th day of the war. Before war, Arjuna was very despondent. And that's why the Gita came out.
Oh, this is the 13th when
And this is when Arjuna's son Abhimanyu was killed. And he got totally so much frustrated that what is the use of living anymore and doing anything. So that's the time to remove the grief and suffering of Arjuna. Sri Krishna responded to Shanti Gita.
hardly ever hear of
Hmm?
It's not famous like Bhagavad.
I couldn't get it.
It's not this. The Shanti Gita is not very famous like Bhagavad.
Because it is not that much famous.
Yeah,
Yes,
I've never heard of it.
yeah, not popular. Yeah, Indian spiritual tradition. How many were there? How many were lost because of the aggression of outside forces and destroying our culture and civilization in the form of these scriptures. Tons of scriptures were burnt into ashes. And those days there is no printing, there is no digital copy. It's all handwritten copy. If you put it into the fire, then it's gone. And that was how many tons of books, scriptures, was lost that way. That's another question. What type of karma yoga can one do when one's body and mind are declining and not working as well as previously? Yes, that's a good question. Karma yoga will be changing. Karma yoga will be, even in old age, we can have our good thought for others. I cannot do physically to serve anyone, but I can pray for others. I can not think of anyone's uh, any nothing wrong happened to anyone. That type of practice. And karma yoga means even in old age, uh, if you take even the help of others, you can think that God in this form of the nurse, God in the form of my daughter or my wife or my friend is helping me. It is God is serving me. So doing that karma, not your karma, you are not doing that, you are incapable as you are saying. But others are doing for, you can change the attitude that who is serving you. That is how to connect our mind in a lofty level. The karma yoga, you are thinking. Thinking is also karma. But that thinking can be directed towards God. We think mundane things. We think about what is going on in the newspaper. You read the newspaper one after another. All the news, one after another. Yes, good. We should know certain thing. But how much, what is that karma? It is not leading to liver and way. But to live in the world, you know something. But all this should be oriented to utilize your time in reading text, spiritual text, or listening to music, voice, or listening to holy lectures. That means whatever uplifts you, that type of karma, mental karma will be much more. In old age, we cannot do physical karma, but we can do mental karma. That's also good. Body and mind declining, but we cannot do those we want. But mental karma is a much higher karma. Mental karma means reading good books, that's a mental one. What you hear, just go and just reflect upon that. Is it true what we heard today? Uh, that what will be the real type of action we read just now? Who is Krishna? Who is my ideal? I meditate on Krishna. I meditate on Rama. I meditate on Mother. Or I meditate on any. Who is that? Don't misunderstand. He says that I am the Satchidananda. I am not. I am the target which Vedanta student is trying to understand who am I, who am I, and the end of that uh, knowledge. So if we think this way, then our mind will be, that is a karma, that's also karma, manasik karma. There are three types of karma. Kaik means which that karma done through the physical body. That karma is done through mind, mental karma, intellectual karma, intellectual thought, and spiritual thought. So turn everything to spiritual thought. At the old days, time has not much time is there for us. We have done enough karma whole life. That story, the mad guy is collecting some pots and pans, and with a big stick, he's hitting it again and again, and getting tired. Oh, I'm tired. Whole life we have done like that, useless karma. So if these few days are left, these days may be utilized in the right way, right thinking.
That Divyananda Swami story that some attendant he had, so they would serve him. And one day he said like that, I do not know what service they are doing, but I always have to keep doing service to their mind.
And the holy people do that. Anyone thinking of your welfare, that is your mind, is giving service to us. If some holy person thinks of someone, means it is hitting the mind transferring the mind's energy. That means, and personally, those who serve, they get the best benefit because these holy people are so kind. They thought, oh, I should not take any service from anyone. But this boy, this girl is doing so much for me. So they bless more. That's why Brahmananda disciples, before his passing away, he said, let them have Brahma Jnana. And they got Brahma Jnana. Another question, what are the qualities of a Janma Siddha, or someone who has completed much of his spiritual sadhana in this previous birth and has very less to do? I think it cannot be decided from out. What are the qualities? You will find that these qualities of this type of people we find in the society. From the childhood, they are inclined for God, they are inclined to meditation, they are inclined to sadhu, holy company, they are inclined to search for isolated place for going into seclusion and to question who am I, what am I, this type of test come, disinterested in the world, at the same time interest for God. So these are the qualities. Simplicity, life is very simple. They don't want to spend time in gossip. If you do that, they feel very angry. They will try to avoid that. So these are the signs that you are institutionally different. There are some people who will be drastically criticizing day and night. And there will be some people who don't want to hear it. So this indicates what is the inner working of the mind. So, when the mind thinks of God more, when the mind does not want to think of the worldly thing, yes, in the world it is there, you have to know a little bit of it and handle that. But beyond that, engage your whole mind in God. So that tendency will be there. Then we know that he is born with special quality. But only individual person can understand how much my mind is genuinely going to God, or how much I am making a fake show. I am a greater spiritual person than you. Huh? So this may not be understood from outside. Only internally one can understand, am I inclined to God more? Or really I am keeping this mind in the worldly thought much. I release the worldly thought. I enjoy my talking about garbage. So this is those will be the test, and inner peace will happen. That is the point. The person will be mostly in inner peace and tranquility. They will not be easily disturbed by things outside as we are. Okay? Thank you all. Like I said, that's all. Okay. Thank you all. Then we'll see you next week. But tomorrow is as I said, tomorrow is the gospel reading by Shiva Prana Mataji. Thank you. 7:30.